think it's probably going to break, but we're going to find out together. Hello and welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. As you can see, I'm pretty excited today because I had a delivery. And this was off the back of a video that I did a couple of weeks ago where I was talking about getting the maximum recoil out of your Glock and getting that max recoil platform. And someone had commented on there and said, oh, you know, how come you haven't gone for CO2 mags? And the reason I hadn't done that is because all of the systems that I use at the moment can't handle CO2. And this person, sorry, I can't remember his name, but it was very helpful. He said, well, actually, you know, the WE CO2 mags are not very good, but actually the APS ones are actually pretty decent. So I thought, you know what, let's just do this. Let's just go for it, and let's get some CO2 mags, and let's get a CO2 nozzle, and also let's test it out on the Volante system, which is like not built for CO2. The most you're supposed to use in it is like Garda black gas, which I think is about 16 kilos per inch. So yeah, let's see what I've done. Let's see what I've been playing with. So this is my steel 34 slide with the Volante blowback unit in here. And I've actually replaced the recoil spring with one of these ones. So this is a Garda, it's 110 millimeter spring, but it's a leaf recoil spring, which is one that I haven't used before. It is a little bit more powerful than my standard 150%. And yeah, it's okay. Let's just let's get on with like some shooting, because that's all I really want to do with this. What I'm going to do is, while I put this back together, I will cut in a bit of video from earlier when I fired my very first shots through this with a CO2 mag, and yeah, my reaction is pretty obvious. So yeah, let's roll that bit now. I just wanted to record this just in case this explodes, because it might. So we've now got a CO2 mag. We've put in the router, basically. So this is an APS CO2 mag. This is a standard green gas mag. As you can see, the routers on both of these are the ones for the Volante system. Now, I've now just put in 110% spring in this. That's beefy. This is green gas. Still manages to lock back. This is genuinely my first shots. I've put a CO2 in here. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. Holy sh... Wow. Oh my... Okay, alright, okay. It's not exploded. Holy... I need to have a go with the GHK. I need to try a GHK Glock against this. We'll leave it there for the sec. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's nuts. It's really cool. So what I've done is I've got two. These are both the CO2 mags. I've put fresh CO2s in both of them. I must say, actually, also really cool the way that they work. So these bits at the front that pull down, and then this bit pulls off at the back, and you actually have an inner and an outer part where you put the CO2 in. And this is brilliant. The CO2, it pierces at this end. So in all other CO2 mags, they seem to pierce at this end. You'll put your cartridge in, and if you do it a bit too tight, you're there like smacking the mag trying to get it out. Not so with these. So big thumbs up to APS on that one. They've actually thought about what they're doing. I love it when manufacturers, when companies think about what they're doing and they don't just put a product out there. So kudos to APS, well done. What you'll also notice from these two mags is one of them has the Volante router, the other one has a normal router. And having had a look at these, they are slightly curved. So I know obviously about trying to match that up with the right system. So having a quick look, I actually picked up, this is a CO2 ready APS valve. So as you can see, this was the original black one that I had in there. I'm assuming that's probably a stock Tokyo Marui one, either that or a Garda. And in here I've got 150% recoil spring. But you can see that this one is basically lined up to use with this particular mag here on the steel 17 slide, and on the steel 34 slide it's all about using this one with the bigger opening. So it sounds just amazing. Let's have some more shots with this. It's just great fun. Like, I wish you guys could actually feel what the hand feel is like from this, but it is it's not like other pistols. I've fired like 1911 tacs and stuff like that, which are known to be like pretty heavy recoiling guns. This one kind of seems to outdo it. It seems really, really good. Let's go in and let's try with the 17. So I'll grab the other mag. So this has got the correct shaped router. Yeah, it doesn't sound so good because I've still got a Tokyo Marui plastic barrel in there. I do actually have a steel one on its way to me, so hopefully that's going to get here in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to be doing a video all about assassin pistols, about how to run pistols with suppressors on and things like that. But before then, let's just have a quick couple of shots with this again. So this is now using APS's CO2 nozzle, an APS CO2 mag in a Garda steel 17 slide on a Tokyo Marui base. How contrived. Okay, now I can feel it's stopping. It's not, that's not actually held all the way back. It's not done a full cycle there. So this is going to take a little bit of work, but I think it is a lot of it is actually to do with the way that the trigger works on this particular slide. So if I do, you hear that double click and then it actually goes forward. That's not how it should be functioning. How it should be functioning is how it does on my Glock 34 slide. This is, a lot of that is actually to do with the fact that old Garda stuff is a bit rubbish. It's just not that good. The tolerances are poor, and even some of the new Garda stuff, like the new Garda lowers, the complete ones, I don't rate them. I did a little video on that. I just don't think much of them. So let's this is how it's supposed to function. There, and it stays down. You get one click. Correct functionality. So I'm not going to worry too much about that 17 slide. That's kind of another project for another time. You know, I can continue to look at that and see, maybe it's to do with the plastic slide binding up. I'll get the steel slide, sorry, I'll get the steel barrel, I'll drop it in, we'll figure it out. But until then, let's have a quick look at what we can do with a warm, fully filled up green gas mag, running the same system. So again, this has got the correct, I'm giving it the best chance I possibly can. And again, this is with, yeah, all the increased recoil springs and everything like that. And it actually still locks back correctly as well. It's actually engaging with the slide lock. Yeah, really happy about that. But what you'll notice is just how much, if I try and hold, I'm going to try and hold this about the same kind of steadiness and sort of with the same grip power. Notice how much this gun rocks because of the speed that the slide is going. So the slide is effectively going a little bit slow, and it means that you get a bit more like rocking. See? So hopefully, now I'll put in the CO2 mag. It's almost like it doesn't throw your hand as much, but because that slide is just moving so quickly, you actually get that proper hand feel like you do with, for example, a TM19. So this brings me on to the next bit, which I'm still umming and ahhing as to whether I should actually literally pull the trigger on this. Okay, so this is a Gen 3 Tokyo Marui Glock 19. No BBs in here. Green gas mag. Great hand feel, not much recoil. Bear in mind, this is a stock TM nozzle in here. I don't know whether it's going to break or not if I put this CO2, or if I fire a couple of shots with this CO2 mag. Is it going to break? Because it's definitely not built for it. I mean, this is the sort of thing where you'd question whether you're even going to run like guard a black gas through it. I think it's probably going to break, but we're going to find out together. So, so as stock, these new gen TMs have way better recoil. Yeah, with the amount of gas that this thing is going to pump out, or CO2, I'm a bit worried. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't think it's worth it. It's probably, the gun's not designed for it. It's probably going to break it. I kind of think I should really be sticking to CO2 for the steel slides and things like that, because that, you know, what's actually going to break though? Like the nozzle? Let's find out. So I want this mag. It's either going to be great, or this slide is going to fly back and hit me in the face. You see, I'm a little bit worried about this. Oh, that's poppy. Whoa. 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 Okay. That feels like it's going to destroy itself in my hand. Yep, okay, that's still functioning normally. Yep, everything in there looks okay. That's seriously worrying. Oh, okay. The outer barrel has come a bit loose. That's not normally loose. Let's have a quick look. Okay, there's not actually, oh no, it does have free movement in it. Yeah, okay, yeah, it appears to be okay, but I really will not be doing that again. Yeah, that's not one to be done all the time, definitely. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, genuinely like playing with fire right there. Yeah. So, yeah, if you are interested in getting the most insane blowback and the best recoil that you're going to be able to get out of your system, well, it appears to be the Volante combined with an APS CO2 mag is going to give you some absolutely ridiculous performance. Now, I chronoed this earlier today. It's on a 0.2. It's coming in at like 380 FPS. So anyone that's wanting, you know, anyone that's like outside of the UK that's wanting that 380 FPS Glock that kind of wants to break your wrist every time you pull the trigger, yeah, I mean, come on, it's not real guns, but this is for airsoft. This is seriously impressive. Yeah, like nothing I've really felt before, and I've played for a while, you know. So, God, yeah. So I seem to, as far as these CO2 mags, how long they last, you're talking like one fill of BBs. But I know that most people will be like, oh, I want like 3 fills of BBs to 1 fill of gas, but just, you're tripling your recoil. Yeah, you're only going to get through 1 mag of BBs, but the recoil that you get when you do it is going to be so much better and so much more impressive. I'm going to keep going with this until it breaks. Obviously, I know that Volanti have said that what I'm doing here is not recommended and their system is not built to take CO2 pressure, but we're doing it anyway, and I'm so impressed with this. I'm really happy right now. There's a couple other things that came. It wasn't just this nozzle from APS for the CO2. I was going to do a fitting video, but it literally takes 30 seconds, so it's kind of not worth it. There's one screw that you take out, and that's it. So yeah, fitting a nozzle. I can do it if people want to see how it's done, but it is like, there's quite a few videos out there already from people, and they're all very good. That's what I used as a guide the first time I did it. Now you just get in there with a screwdriver, whip it out. It's all good. Yeah, I think that's it today. I'm just really excited to take these out, do a bit more testing, have a bit more fun with them. I'm used to heavy recoil. I always chase the heavy recoil, but yeah, you know what? Like Volanti with the CO2, it's up there. That's up there with the best recoil that you're gonna get. So I cannot wait to get out and try it. The only problem is it shoots too hot. You know, for the UK, that FPS is, yeah, it's a little bit pokey. There may be a way around it, probably unlikely. So it's one of those things where I'm gonna have it at home and I can take it to like private games and things like that. But as far as like actually taking out in the field, using it, probably not, which is a real shame. I wish those numbers had come in like under 350. That would have just been perfect. But you can't have it all. There will be a way to reduce the FPS on it. You've seen me in the past trimming rocket valve springs. I don't actually want to dig into the Volanti because it's like a 2-stage blowback system, so not something I'm familiar with, not something I really want to muck about with. So I'm probably sidestep doing that. So when watching that back, I figured out the solution, and we're going to see if it works. Basically, I'm going to see if I can get this FPS down. So first off, again, brand new CO2 cartridge in here, 0.2 gram BBs. Let's do this. Right. It is so violent. It's amazing. So 392. See on there. Um, 386. So yeah, we're pretty high on the old FPS front right there. Not usable in game, but this is the solution. Why I didn't think of this before? I have no idea. Such an idiot. This is a Glock 34 length inner barrel. This is the one out of my 17. Problem solved. So should run absolutely fine without any issues using a 17 inner barrel and hop up because they're identical. So yep, that's all in there good. Okay, there we go. Right, don't have one in the chamber anymore. Got one in that chamber, not in this one. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, it's still the same recoil, still the same everything. 352 FPS. 347. 342, 338, 336. This is now usable in game. Continue with the rest of the video. Either way, guys, yeah, that's all I wanted to bring to you, just to show you that yeah, it can be done. The recoil is insane, and yeah, despite me flip-flopping, yeah, okay, it fired like 5 or 6 shots. It didn't appear to damage it, but this genuinely, with the CO2 mag, it felt like it was just gonna break. But so snappy, so snappy. Guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this. I've definitely enjoyed it. I'm going to spend the rest of my evening playing around with different Glock configurations and seeing what's the best and seeing what I prefer. I'm really tempted to go in and put in a really low-powered recoil spring, so that there's barely any force on the slide, and that way it should technically give me the best kick, because there's going to be less resistance on the slide pushing back, so it should hit the back of travel and give me some good recoil. But you know, I'm gonna play around with it. I'm gonna have a bit of fun. Anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for spending your time with me, and I will be back shortly.